Welcome to the next segment with Dave and myself. Today we're going to show you how to knock out biofilm in the body. Biofilm is basically what biofilm is in the simplest layman's term. It's a cluster of bacteria that can accumulate to, again, disengage or disarm any invading material or any kind of invader in your body. And what happens is you have several strains of bacteria, and the stronger strains will kill the weaker strains to create this protein sugar layer to cover up or to encase or to, again, help with the assimilation of whatever's there. And because we're all exposed to nanoparticles, everybody's got nanoparticles in their body, everybody. There's no escaping it today. If you're not getting it from the sky, you're getting it from the food supply, whatever. So what happens is you'll start to having different things happen, whether it be in the internal or the external. As a result, you'll have a biofilm buildup which can accumulate throughout your body. We have a lot of negative bacteria in our colon because of the glyphosate that we've also consumed, which would have left you wide open to any kind of nanoparticle accumulation in the colon, which again would have produced a biofilm, which would cause a lot of problems in your system. Biofilm can occur internal or external. Anyone who's saying to you today that it can't be internal doesn't know what they're talking about. Biofilm will attach itself to any form of synthetic nanoparticles. Happen to be a nanobiology, which could have synthetic DNA, can have which are synthetic materials. So this will accumulate. So what I'm going to show you today is a very simple way to knock out biofilm. We are going to use alcohol in this situation. So for those of you who have either a belief system that again curtails the use of alcohol, most belief systems that I've been exposed to or have talked with does allow alcohol, usually for use in medicinal purposes. Even the Muslims can use alcohol for that reason. Natives as well, as long as it's, again, in a controlled manner. If the alcohol will cause you any kind of loss of control, then don't use this remedy. Okay, I will say this simply. In your case, for those of you who have an alcohol aversion for whatever reason, you have an alcohol issue from alcohol poisoning, and as a result you take any kind of alcohol, it can cause extreme reactions with you. You are going to use oil instead. You use a teaspoon of oil. Well, it doesn't matter what it is, sesame seed oil, sunflower oil, olive oil, as long as it's a pure olive oil, not a compromised or counterfeit olive oil. In other words, olive oil mixed with some shit that they threw together to cut some cost. Never use any soy, never use any canola, never use any omega-3s. Use any 6s. Do not use safflower oil either. I finally figured out why safflower oil is not used that much by the Eastern cultures, because it actually can create a heart attack or can create heart failure. It actually can stimulate that because of the way it's the acids in this oil and how they work. But you can use peanut oil, you can use grapeseed oil, you can use almond oil, you can use sunflower oil, which I mentioned, almond oil, any omega-6 that, again, that you can cook with. You can use, again, macadamia nut oil if you want, coconut oil, butter. You can mix it with butter. You can mix it with ghee. You can mix it with MCT oil. So you have other options. But for this demonstration, we are going to use alcohol. So again, I am one of those guys that likes alcohol, not because I'm a drunk, but because alcohol gets it into the system extremely fast. I want something to get into my system very quickly, very effectively, to get in, to knock out whatever. And the quicker it gets into my bloodstream, the quicker it's going to get to where it needs to go. So basically, you're going to use a shot glass. This is a jigger and a half. This is like 3 shots in this thing. So you're not going to fill it up, obviously, because if you fill it up, you won't be able to walk straight for a week.
Or one Polish shot.
One Polish shot.
Yeah.
Boy.
That's the conversion.
That's the conversion. I think I'm going to go with the Polish on this one. Especially when it comes to brandy or cognac. Yes. Sign me up. Those Germans, they ruined my diet. Those Germans, them and their Aschbach. You ruined my diet, you guys. Come Christmas time, woo. But that stuff's good. It's got brandy in it.
What stuff?
Oshbach? You never had Oshbach?
No, never heard of
You're
it.
Polish, you never heard of Oshbach? What's the matter with you?
No, maybe we just call it something else.
No, I get it to the European market over here.
Really?
Yeah.
No. What is it?
Oh, man, this is... Heaven's got to have this, I'll tell you. It's
Heaven's got to have this, yeah.
It's a chocolate little, either an egg-shaped thing or looks like a little alcohol bottle, right? And it's chocolate with brandy in it.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't call it that, but...
That's what they're called.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You call it a drunk.
Yeah. I call it a little sample pack. Little taster. Little taste
Little
test.
teaser.
Give it to the kids. That's how
Give me this stuff. I want the Polish one.
yeah, that would. Yeah, put chocolate around that. That's the Polish equivalent.
Okay, so you can have fun with this. Don't get all your knickers in a knot because, you know, we're talking about alcohol. You can have fun with anything, even sex. All right. All right, we're using summer savory. Now, the oils you can use, there's lots of essential oils you can use. I'm showing you how to take an essential oil orally as well. Summer savory, thyme, oregano, marjoram. You can use cinnamon. You can use wintergreen. You can use birch. There's a lot of different oils that will knock out biofilm, and they're very effective and they're very high end. So basically all you're doing is 1 or 2 drops of the essential oils. This is the essential oil summer savory. This one, it will kick butt, take no prisoners, and if you put too much in, you're going to know it well from the back end. Flames will come out. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. That's about what you'll be singing. All right, so I'm going to put 1 or 2 drops. So I'm going to watch them do 1, 2. That's it. Dun, ta, da.
Jeez.
Yeah, this you can smell it.
Oh, I can smell it.
Yeah. It's like I said, this will peel the paint off your backside. This one will. All right, now we're using. It doesn't matter what thyme you use, red thyme, white thyme. You know, and again, so for those of you who are saying you can't take essential oils orally, watch me. Okay, if you're not sure about that, go get the book by Jean Valnet, The Practice of Aromatherapy. He will show you how to take these things orally. So 1, 2. Okay, that's thyme. Thyme is divine. Thyme is probably one of the best essential oils to use internal and external. You got to be careful because it is a hot one too. Again, if you take too much, the backside will let you know. Even when you go pee, it'll let you know. Flames. Okay, so now all we're using is about a shot, so I'm just going to eyeball it. Yeah, it's probably a little bit more than a shot. What you do, make sure that I'm not filling it up, that I'm not doing the Polish thing, because then I won't be able to do any more videos. I'll be sitting down somewhere taking a nap. All right, give it a swirl. Make sure you mix it up really well, because okay, you can see it's dispersed. I think you can see it's dispersed. You might see little droplets of oil on the surface. That's okay. You don't want a big glob. You just basically, and you want to just mix it up really well. The reason why we're going with the again the alcohol is because it is a solvent, and it'll help disperse the essential oil because it is an oil. It's a concentrated oil. So when you mix it up, then we're ready to go. That's what I'm going to say. Is it safe? I haven't heard that one in a while. You know, we haven't heard that in a long time on the comments. Is it safe?
Is it safe? I think people got it. Yeah.
Some of them make a joke with it. It's reminding me when we hear it all the time.
Oh, I see.
Is it safe? Okay, here we go. Salute to your health. To mine, too. Now. Oof. It is hot. So if you feel a little sensation, excuse me.
Oh, geez.
Well, it's hot.
It's reacting. Holy, in your body.
It's hot. You may feel a burning.
Yeah.
Slight burning, a little warming in the chest area, and then it'll hit the gut. And whatever's down there, if it don't belong, it ain't happy, and it's going to come out. And it'll come out in your pee, it'll come out in your feces. When you look at the toilet bowl and you see this material, it might be white and powdery, that is not yeast, that is biofilm. And if you see it coming out the back end in huge droves, that is again biofilm that is coming out, that's been collecting in your system. You may find with this remedy as well, those of you having respiratory issues, all of a sudden you'll be able to breathe better. Thyme also is a brain support. It actually helps with the DHA production. So again, something simple. So, you see, I'm still standing, not on the floor dying. I'm still here. Okay. As long as you dilute the essential oil, you have to remember these things can burn tissue, but if they're diluted and are used with a carrier, okay, it will not hurt you. Okay, the old sugar cube method with the turpentine. The reason why they used the sugar cube primarily wasn't because it was going to collect, parasites or whatever. I mean, that's the theme you may hear. The reason why they used the sugar cube is because basically it acted as a barrier, so that when you swallowed it and it would release, it wouldn't burn the esophageal lining. That's the reason why they used the sugar. And when it got down below and it was released, it would let go in the deeper levels of the bowel. And that's the reason why it was used, and that was the method that they would use. They would also use oil, they would also use alcohol, they would use fat, they would even put it in the food supply, to, again, disinfect food. So, and that's being done in the industry as well. They're using rosemary, sage, and thyme, and a lot of the meats to act as a preserving agent. They're not using nano silver, of all things. So there you go. Simple little method for biofilm. Now, if you go on my website, augmentinforce.com, there is a link there on biofilm. You may want to take a look at it. You may want to understand what biofilm is. You may want to understand how it's breaking you down, how it's a collection of, again, bacteria. And then what happens with nanotechnology, when the biofilm attaches itself to the nano then assembles within it. How many of you have seen these pictures of this gelatinous material with these wires and fibers sticking inside of this material? That's what's happening, is the nanofullerenes are assembling and replicating inside the biofilm. And when it gets to a certain point, it will actually use the protein and the sugar to further extend itself and to create what would appear to look like a larvae with a wire sticking out. That's not a parasite. That is not a insect. That is not a biology. It's a nanobiology. So basically it's using those proteins and sugar to encase itself to further spread and to further network with other nanoparticles. That's what goes on. There you have it.
How many treatments, or how long before people start to see any sort of effect?
Oh, they might see it first shot.
First shot.
Some might. Should
people keep going until they stop seeing any sort of, like you're talking about, a white looking powder, kind of like the yeast?
I would probably be doing it every day, at least once a day anyway, in today's time. We are so exposed today with nanoparticles and nanotechnology. When you look at the sky and you're seeing a red sky, that's lithium. We got thorium up there. Everybody, I used to tell everybody to take 1 to 4 drops of iodine. Now I'm telling people to take 20 drops several times a day, because the thorium coming down on us is stripping our bodies from iodine. There's strontium up there as well, which is stripping the body of calcium. So it's displacing the calcium and replacing it. So we're having a infrastructure breakdown going on. When we're talking aluminum, barium, cadmium, titanium dioxide, nano silver. What are we talking here? We're talking nano silver, titanium dioxide, and cadmium. Again, cutting the male reproductive system off. This is your genetic code. It's taking that out. For women, it's the aluminum. The aluminum is a very lethal metal that again causes like I say, metalloestrogenic effect to attach itself to receptor sites, causing high levels of mutation. All the cadmium damages you just as much. So does the cadmium damages the males more, but it's also damaging you as well. And when you're talking titanium dioxide and you're talking nano silver, okay, that's up in the atmosphere, and even the shit they're selling in the health food store, this should be avoided at all costs, especially for the male population. It's designed to go in and neuter you, basically debag you, if you will. No more bag. No more bag, no more willy. That's the way it goes. Keep it plain and simple for most of you. Your testicles are gone, and after your testicles are gone, your penis is not far behind. That's the way it goes. And a lot of congestion in the prostate here. Okay, that's a lot that has to do with, again, these nanometals or metalloestrogens like aluminum, which will bind to those receptor sites, causing an estrogen imbalance and can cause mutations as well. This is becoming a reality. Okay, the stuff that we have told you for a year or two on this topic, now the rest of the world is catching up to us, what we've been saying and how dangerous and lethal this stuff is. And like I said before, don't get caught up on this vegan, organic, Nonsense. You know, if it's got a USDA sticker, it's a joke. It's a hilarious joke. You haven't eaten nothing organic since 1970 because they've been putting the nanoparticles in the food supply since then. So you've never had a real safe food supply. You know, 1986 is when they took the lid off of all safety, and you've been eating nothing but whatever they've been feeding you. So this is where it's at today, and this is why I say today we have to look at things from a whole different paradigm and perspective. You know, when you're talking DNA, that's the number one thing, your genetic code, your chromosomes, your mitochondria. That's the thing you better start looking at protecting, because that's what's coming undone, that's what's being dismantled. Okay, when you're talking titanium dioxide and nano silver, when it goes into the testicles, it literally shreds the tubes where the semen's supposed to flow. So you've got a constant damaged testicle. This is why some of you can't get erected. It's because you are broken. Okay, things ain't happening. So again, same with you women. Some of you women, like I said, we did it with the glyphosate. How I said I like the good vagina. We started that whole thing off because of the glyphosate's damaging your reproductive system and your endocrine system, causing no estrogen to flow to that region and blocking nitric oxide. But then also there's the nano component that goes in there with it that causes further damage to the ovaries, the uterus, the cervix, and then up into the breast area. And then basically you're toked, you're fried. You know, you're just burned out, and your system is constantly being accelerated to age. So this, with all that material inside the body, it will also create a biofilm buildup. This will strip it out. This will help strip it out. You'll be surprised what might come out. I always make the joke that even Elvis will start coming out, you know.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's Elvis.
There's Elvis. Yeah. We were at the Green Show. We had a lady come up to me, and she said to me, I like it when you say Elvis has come out. Anyway, there you have it. Experiment, explore. If you're not familiar with essential oils and you want to learn about essential oils, one of the best books on the market right now that you can get for the common person is The Practice of Aromatherapy by Jean Villeneuve. He was one of the top-notch guys in this field. He's the go-to guy, okay? I have also other references. So if you send me an email, if you don't have, can't find it, send me an email. I will send you a copy. I'll send you some other information on essential oils and some of the wonderful things that these things can do for you. Some of these essential oils will actually go in and actually clean the cells and clean out the cells as well, which is a good thing. So you have a lot of options to fight nanotechnology. All right, to the next segment. Are we done before we go to that?
You know what? Oh, actually, one of the things I was going to mention before, the whole 2-hour window applies because you're drinking, like, you know, if you're taking pharmaceuticals or whatever.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Taking any kind of drugs from the doctor, and I mean drugs because they're not really anything else but, again, damaging genetic material. Again, 2-hour window, because again, this stuff will accelerate and increase the potency of whatever you're doing. So yeah, always a 2-hour window. You know,
yeah,
always.
I'm just more or less saying it just in case some people are tuning in the first time.
Yeah, no,
you know.
that's perfect.
Yeah, I know we've mentioned it in the past.
Yeah, but it's good that you remind me as well, because again, I sometimes get carried away because I'm assuming that everybody's been watching this for so long that they know what we're talking about, but sometimes they don't. And I get this sometimes on the questions too. Some of the questions they ask me, say, okay, go read the comments.
Yeah.
This has been dealt with. Yeah, that's the other thing I'll leave you with too. A couple things before I get into that. If you ask me a question, do me a favor, go through the comments. Chances are, if you're a newcomer to our videos, the questions have already been asked. You know, we've been doing these, what, for 5 years or more?
Longer.
Yeah, longer.
2008.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That long, really?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so since 2008, Dave and I have been putting out this production. And so a lot of questions for, especially a lot of you new people coming in, the questions that you're asking have probably been already asked. And then you can also see the comments from other people and their responses and their what they saw, the results that they got from using some of these things. And by looking at that, that'll be a testimony in itself. One guy asked me for testimonials. Says, why are you asking for testimonials? Have you not read the comments below? You'll see more and more people are telling you this stuff is doing something, you know. And I says, and again, and don't go by necessarily testimonials either, even on our site. Testimonials are only as good or as credible as the people that are putting them out there. Sometimes you read a testimonial and that's all been fabricated so that the company can sell junk to you. You know, testimonials are what they are. Do your research, do your homework. That's the best thing I can tell you. And then try the stuff, not based on the testimonial, based on the facts you're getting. at the results. And again, if you're applying anything that you're buying, apply it based on the research, not based on what's on the bottle, because that's how they got the results, and that's how you're going to get yours. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot. Dun da da! Bye bye blue sky. I'm always telling people to go to Susan Mars page. This is her. She told me to ask me if I'd wear a shirt. I said sure. I'll wear your shirt. Watch, I'll put a big stain on it and say, what'd you do to my shirt? Anyway. All right, there you go. Bye bye blue skies. If you want to learn anything about chemtrails or anything current on genetics, nanotechnology, more gallons, go to her site. She's got a great site. She's got a lot of our research up there as well. You know, she's got, if you go on the health link and click on the nano more gallons, you will see people's personal experiences using the nano bucket, the triangle, what we showed you how to build. I show you what's in the food supply. I give you a little tidbit. We've already had people from all over the world send me information that they've done the same thing, that they've gone out and looked with a scope. Go to her site, look at it, you know, and if you guys want to get involved, maybe you can talk to her about how you can help her. There's also GAG Canada by Bernadette Green. Go check her site out. Again, if you want to get involved, give her a contact. See what you can do. See how you can contribute. Don't just sit on your ass. Get off your ass. Turn off the TV. Turn off the Wi-Fi's and the whatever you're listening to and whatever is distracting you. Get involved in saving the planet. I can't emphasize that enough. Get off your ass. You're dying, and you need to do something about it. All right. Check out her site. Till the next section. Till the next
segment.
See, jeez, that's the stuff there. That wasn't even the Polish.
That wasn't even the Polish.
It was the Polish. I wouldn't be able to talk it off. Till the next segment. To your health, eh? See ya.